Today I'm joined by one of our clients, newly appointed CEO at Torbay Lifestyle and Care in beautiful Hervey Bay in Queensland. Hello Christine, and welcome.
Thanks Patrick.
Now Christine, worked extensively with you over the last 18 months, 2 years on a range of projects which we're going to talk about today. And we're going to ask for your feedback on those. On one particular project, I think, in terms of the big workforce review project that's recently concluded, because I know it's quite topical for many of our clients who are facing some of the similar challenges. So let's set the scene for that conversation. Firstly, Christine, tell us a bit about Torbay and sort of aged care space that you work in Hervey Bay in Queensland.
That's right. Yes, well, we are community-owned organisation, not-for-profit. We're not affiliated with any church or other not-for-profit area. So we're basically standalone in the beautiful town of Hervey Bay. So we are the only community-owned aged care facility. We have 134 beds, but we also have a large retirement village as well. So that definitely keeps us busy. Being in Hervey Bay has its challenges as well. We do have a lot of competition in regards to other aged care facilities. So in this area of Hervey Bay or Maryborough, we've got 10 other providers as well as a large contingent of retirement villages. So that always brings its challenges as well. So, you know, just keeping in the market, staying competitive, whilst also, you know, retaining our community standing as well.
That's right, and Hervey Bay is well known for a beautiful place to retire, and of course that's why there's so much significant competition there. And interestingly, you're the only community-owned provider in that space, which is extraordinary. And so you're up against some pretty large competitors in that area, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So now, like many of our clients in the sort of human services space, there's been a whole lot of challenges recently, and of course, COVID has been a significant challenge for aged care providers, but not just there, our disability clients, schools, and a whole range of spaces that we work in, significant challenges in that space, and you would have experienced that as all have. But of course, there's been others, hasn't there? There's been significant sector reform. There's been a whole lot of policy and compliance and funding changes. Really, it's been an incredible period, hasn't it, over the last 2 years. So let's just hone in on now how CVA's worked with you in that period and what sort of things we've done with you.
Well, basically, I think, especially in the aged care industry, but in a lot of, I guess, government-funded areas, we are constantly being bombarded with more legislation, more requirements. So we're at the point where we have to work smarter. We are competing with organisations with $1 million budgets.
Yeah.
So we're a small organisation. So that's where CVA came on board, that, you know, they had that experience with those smaller organisations, not-for-profits. So they really understood where we were coming from and the constraints that we had as well. We don't have those huge budgets. We just need, you know, a bit of guidance and some very important help during very important projects that we did, especially with some grant funding that we got from the government. So we needed to basically implement change. We needed a new direction. So in that, we implemented strategic plans, operational plans, and one of the big components of the funding was the workforce restructure. So that was basically a full review of our workforce, how we go, because in aged care, that is our main component of our expenditure. We are offering a service, a 24/7 service. So it's quite surprising to people on how many staff we do actually have and how much our workforce actually costs as well. So we had a bit of a generational change in there as well. So there was quite a few changes in that regards, my position and other senior positions. But again, also looking at how we can work smarter, again, there's a lot more required of just our junior staff or our lower staff as well. How can we support them, which then supports us to minimise our staffing costs? So that was something that we really needed, that experience, that understanding of our industry through a consultant, and that's where CBA really came on board.
Thank you. And so you've one of our clients that's worked with quite a number of our consultants. So Alicia Eugene, our business development consultant, was working with you to secure that significant government grant. Yes. Ingrid Kemp, our HR consultant, obviously in that big workforce project. Raylene Phillips in terms of her clinical expertise. Obviously, I work with you in terms of the strategy development. So, you had a really good a good selection of expertise coming to board. How did you find that as a leader in your organisation to have that sort of support over this last couple of years?
Yeah, it was amazing to be able to get that assistance, especially with, people with experience like Raylene. She was a CEO of aged care facilities. Yeah. So the support that we got, Ingrid, been working in the aged care industry for over 10 years or, helping out those sort of things. And Alicia, amazing with it being able to, access government grants and just basically, project management. She's definitely all over those sorts of things as well. Right. So just that depth of knowledge was great to be able to access as well.
Well, thank you. That's great to hear. And if you'd like to know more about how we can assist you in your organisation, please contact us at CBA. Christine, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are as a new CEO. Congratulations on your appointment to that role, and it's great to see that the next generation coming through of leaders, and we look forward to working with you into the future, and all the best for Torbay in Hervey Bay. Thanks again, Christine.
Thanks, Patrick. It's great to chat.